And we're recording now, and we're starting with Bob White.
How are you
Bob, are you
doing?
out there?
I'm here.
Which is your shot, sir?
Mine is the one with the cast iron skillet.
Cast iron skillet. Ah, with the is that bacon?
Yep, that would be bacon.
That's a great shot.
Thank you.
Anything, anything with bacon in it works for me.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you went with front direct on lighting. Now, what was the reason for that?
Partly because I don't own a lot of lighting, so I had to use what was available.
Okay, what you got?
Actually, this was lit with just house lights, and I used a couple foam core cards to bounce the light back.
Okay.
And then
Do you have like a work light, like a Home Depot work light?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Fantastic. Um, I'm going to have you go to Home Depot. First, you're going to go by Target. You can pick up a shower curtain. Now, the shower curtain you're going to get is the cloth white shower curtain, not the plastic one, because plastic shower curtains and really hot Home Depot lights are never
Right.
welcome together. They just seem to have a real problem. You get the cloth white shower curtain, which is going to be about $9 to $11, depending on where you are. And then when you get to Home Depot, you're going to make a 3-foot square out of with that stuff that they use. What's it called? PVC.
Okay.
And then stretch this material, this stuff over the cut it so you can stretch it and clamp it. Then
Right.
take your Home Depot
So
light. What's that?
So we're making a softbox.
You're going to make you're actually making what's called a scrim.
Scrim. That's good.
Hey Brett, did I put the info for the scrim on the last Project 52?
I think so.
If
I
I
don't know if you did it as a. It was a.
it's a
I think
PDF, wasn't it?
Live was doing the video for free too. They were releasing that one if you went to Creative.
Oh, is that video free?
It used to be. I don't know if it is.
Oh, I'll go and check
Most
it
of
out. If it's not, I will figure out a way. So hang tight here. We'll get you some kind of instructions. It's let me tell you something. It is not a it's not a do-it-yourself, crappy way of doing it, because I would say that probably half the time I'm shooting in the studio, it's what I'm shooting with are scrims. Most of them are homemade because the people who make them want a fortune for them, and I like to make them myself. And then I use the Home Depot lights. Now the Home Depot lights are really hot, but they also have these new ones with the curly bulbs things, that whatever they're called, that are cool and pretty darn, 1200 watts. It's a lot of light. You put that behind that shower curtain and you can light this up, no problem. And you'll use it for not only this, for anything, but for a million other things as we go down the road, Bob. Now,
Very good.
there is there's a magazine. Somebody's got a lot of something going on back there. If you can mute yourself. See, Joel's not muted. If you can mute yourself, Joel, and Ron Velasquez is not muted. Please mute yourself, guys, before we get to you. There is a style of magazine out there that would use this kind of work. So I'm not going to dismiss it as not working. Whoa, lots of noise. Ron Velasquez, can you mute yourself, please?
Yeah, I am.
No. So yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. So kind of hip. New York magazines love this kind of on-camera flash thing, and there are shooters who do this. So let's say that's what you were going for. Cool. All we need to sell it in that style are some highlights. Got to bring these up. You see what I'm saying?
I understand. Yep.
Yep. I think if you went to look at Details magazine, and Details was doing something like a cookbook thing, you would find shots lit just like this, little flash right on the camera, or in your case, just lights up in the ceiling. But what they do then is get into Photoshop and get some highlights going here. So,
Okay.
so Bob, I guess you're shooting like the hip young cool guys in New York now.
How about that?
Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Very good. All right. So our next person down on the list here is Dale Frederick. Dale, you out there?
Yes, sir.
And where is your shot, sir?
Mine is the scroll up. Up. Okay, the line right in the middle of the on the left side was the lasagna noodles and further over one more. They're right there.
Ah, okay. All right, and we've got a similar kind of lighting thing here. A light's coming from the side instead of above and behind. Now, how did you light this?
So it's a 45 degree angle. So it's 45 degree angle light box basically on the camera left, and I've got a white card on the reflector on the camera right.
Okay. Color balance a little off on this?
Possibly a little. I really battled with trying to get the cheese to show up, but maybe I'll.
Cheese is second only to pasta.
Pasta didn't come out bad. You can see detail and everything else, but I really fought with the cheese.
You mean this pasta up here?
No, it's cheese actually.
How about this?
Cheese.
This is cheese here?
That's Parmesan cheese.
Yeah. No, what I mean pasta, I mean spaghetti. Cooked spaghetti.
Oh.
Cooked spaghetti just simply glows. Cooked spaghetti just glows. And
really?
it's a pain in the butt. Cheese is only second to that. And when you get into the white cheese, oh man, now you're talking little black cards to create darkness to give that cheese something dark to reflect, just so that it'll pop it up. I wish this side light that you've got over here had been more this way, to drive some shadows forward instead of sideways. That doesn't feel like it's back far enough. The way to do cheese, excuse me. The way to do cheese, to get it exactly the way you want, mount your camera on a tripod, and then do your shot, and then take a little bit of tracing paper. I think you can still get tracing paper somewhere, or diffusion material, something, and wand real close to the cheese, right out of the frame here. Wand this cheese, and then do the same thing with this cheese. Since everything's on a tripod, you can then just grab this more contrasty cheese here and just drag it over to the other one, and the same with this one. So
you're talking like Photoshop?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
If you can't do that in Photoshop, you'll have to find, if you're out like shooting it on location, you've got to find some way, and that's why if your light's top back, you can actually find that spot that this is reflecting and put a little dark flag in front of it and get some of this cheese to darken up just a little bit. It's quite an art. It's quite an art. All right. Yeah, and you do look a little orange. The greens are going a little brown here. I think you could tweak it just a little more. Good.
Okay.
All right, and our next person is Jeff Mills.
How you doing?
Okay. All right. All right.
Can you hear me?
I can. Let me see if I
Okay.
can. Okay. We'll get to Joel here next. All right, Jeff, where's your shot?
It is on the right side there with the grapes and the orange and the apple.
Right here?
That's it.
I'm going to run and get a cough drop, guys. Give me 1/2 second. Sorry about that, guys. But I had to do that. Okay, so your light's really pretty. It's coming from the side. And again, I think if it was coming from a little bit top back, it would actually be prettier.
Okay.
But let's talk about what's really good about it. Highlights, fantastic. On the grapes, everything right in here. The orange looks good. Bananas look good. And you kept the texture in. Is this whipped cream?
It is.
Yeah, that's pat yourself on the back. That's nicely done
Thank you.
right there. Now you went for the everything in its place style of shooting, which is fine.
Right. I actually thought about slicing some of the fruit, but the more I looked at it, I just, liked everything intact, so I left it that way.
That's fine. There's a couple of places we could have used a little bit of styling, and this
Okay.
will throw you off every time. In grapes, we never want to see stems. So grab a grape and just drop it on top of that one. Grab a couple of other grapes and drop them right on top of this so we don't see, all we see are grapes. The only time we see stems are when they're beautiful stems and they have the little leaves on them. Here in Arizona, that doesn't work. We rarely get the grapes with the little leaves on them. But I know in California, you can, up north there, you can go to some of the farmers markets and get the grapes, and they'll have the grape leaves because they just cut them. Grape leaves die real fast. They just cut them. They got the beautiful grape leaves. Those are great. But by the time they get to the stores, not so much. So we don't want to see stems
Right.
on grapes. That's just not good. Okay, and the nuts down here look fine. These are hard to photograph as well. I like what you did with them. Looks like you've got some of these ones facing up, so we know what kind of nut that it is. Facing up, that's really cool. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So how long did it take you to do this shot?
I probably spent about an hour, just trying different things and getting
Mm-hmm.
the light the way I wanted it and everything. And I actually arranged things. This was my second arrangement, and I liked it much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the fun things I think about shooting this kind of stuff, is that it does give you an opportunity to play with your light and your subject, and it's also something you can do anytime. Not sleeping well at night, get up and do a still life on the kitchen counter. Grab a speed light and a little scrim and start playing with stuff like this. It
Yeah, I
really.
learned a lot just moving stuff around.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you take a shot and you look at it and you go, what if I moved it over here? And you take a shot and you look at it, and pretty soon, boy, you can fly through a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, nicely done.
Thank you.
Everybody's working hard to make this happen. All right, Joel, are you out there, Joel?
I am. How are you?
I'm very good. Well, your mic doesn't make any noise, so whether you can mute it or not doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Because it doesn't.
Yeah, I can't do it. Something's wrong with my computer or something.
What kind of computer is it?
It's an Apple, but I don't know why it won't mute when I click on the mic.
Did you get up this morning and say the chant to Apple? See?
No.
Yeah, see. Yeah, you can't skip by that stuff. Joel, where's your picture out here?
It's in the middle of the hexagon one.
Not this one.
Kind of scroll up. No, scroll up. It's the little one. That one. Yeah. I don't know why it came so small, but that's what I did.
Yeah, but you know what? It's kind of nice. I noticed this when I was putting it up. I grabbed my eye because you did put a lot of space around it. You put it on is this a tile? Little piece of tile? Joel, are you here? Oh, uh-oh.
On the left upper left hand side there.
Okay, you cut out for quite a bit there. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I used an oven tile, like a kiln tile.
Uh-huh.
It was the only thing I had around that would even use, and it's sort of slightly brown or black on the left side there, upper left side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know if that was gonna. I tried to lighten that and do different things, and I couldn't get rid of it.
Surfaces for food are anything. I think I mentioned last week I had to put a new gate on my house. The downside was I had to put a new gate on my house, side gate. Working with power tools is one of my favorite things to do. But the great thing was to get that wood off there that's close to 25 years old, and it's all weathered and stuff. And I saved as much as I could, but now I've got a nice little tabletop of this really super weathered wood.
Oh, that's great.
So anything you can find. If you're out somewhere, my studio mate found a big piece, I think it's 3 foot by 3 foot of rusted steel just by the side of the road one day. And he's brought it back, and it's made wonderful photographs for him. So, anything, little stuff like this is great.
Wow.
You went with a kind of an organic, which I like. You've got the leaf under the apple. You've got the bowl here above the leaf, above the apple. The nuts go right up underneath the apple over here, and the knife kind of occupies its own space out there, but tight enough that we know that it belongs. This is a well done shot. It's a well done shot. The apples look like they got a little bit of a. Is there a big fill card up front here?
There's one on either side, on the left and the right.
Okay, and then your light is top back.
The light's coming from behind. Yeah, the top front light, like you did on your demonstration.
Okay. Yep, works good. Did you enjoy doing it?
Oh, I loved it. It was great. I learned a lot too.
Good. All right. One of the best fashion shooters in America started as a food shooter, and he swears that he learned to light people by lighting food, and I don't doubt it. Julie, are you out there? Yes, you just unmuted. Where are you on here? How are you?
I am. It has the chickpeas.
This one?
And the lemons.
Yep, chickpeas and lemons. Love your light.
Okay.
Love the light. You got something a little sharp going on to pop this out. How did you do this? I love this little. I see soft light. Somehow I'm seeing soft light, but I'm also seeing some real poppy little light in here. What are you doing here?
Well, I put behind the at the top. I have a flash with a softbox.
Yeah.
And then in the front, I had I think on both sides I have like a whiteboard, like a foam board.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's very pretty, and it's real poppy. Nice highlight across this. Nice. These things just jump off the spoon here. That's really cool. And you've got highlights on your lemons. How long did it take you to do this shot?
It took a while. Not really that long, but just trying to do the figure out what I wanted in the picture, and I kind of added the bread at the last minute because it had a hole in the left. There was nothing there, so that
Good
kind of
choice. Good
tied
choice.
it together.
Yep. And I'm not gonna beat you up because it's time of the year and kind of stuff. But we don't shoot lemons with giant edges.
White.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We look for lemons that are cooler.
Okay.
But this time of year, that's pretty much what you're gonna get. That's the thing about it. In my freezer, I've got 6 limes and 6 lemons. They're all frozen. I have never done it before, but this particular crop of limes and lemons that we had at Safeway had these real thin rinds on it, and I just bought them and stuck them in the freezer. I don't know if I unfreeze them, if they'll still look good or not, but I thought, well, what the heck, I might want to do some shots with them, and they were beautiful, so who knows. Nicely done. Did you enjoy doing the shot?
I did. I like working with food.
Good. Leah,
Thanks.
I'm glad it turned. It's a nice shot. Did nice. Leah Dodrell.
Thanks.
Leah, how are you, Leah? Not hearing you. Okay, now you're muted again. Now unmuted. Are you there? All right, Leah, this happens sometimes with the telephone stuff. Drop out, come right back in. I'm going to go to Patrick, and as soon as I see you back in, I will grab you, okay? So end it and drop right out. Come right back in. You should be okay. All right, Patrick.
Hey, Don. How's it going?
Good. Where's your image out there, sir?
I was, let me see, I think second row, middle column. Big bowl of tomatoes and some corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob. All right. This is a very punchy, sharp shot. Part of it is because of the smaller light source. Your light source is fairly small in relationship to this. It kind of has a daylight feel to it. Is that what you were going for?
Kinda, I guess. I was just trying to make it look good, really.
And what is your light source here?
I've got a speed light with a 24 by 24 softbox on it on the left-hand side, and then I have 2 pieces of foam core, one along the top and one along the right, pretty much as close as I could get it to the food without actually being in the frame.
Okay. And we're picking that up right here on the top of these little tomatoes. Did you polish the tomatoes?
No, I just tried to pick out the good ones when
Yep.
I was going through stuff.
Yep. Well, you picked out beautiful tomatoes. These are great.
Yeah, thanks.
Just, that is so important, folks. When you're trying to do this, when we went to get corn to do Bob Nill's corn shot, that's up on Lighting Essentials. I think he bought like 10 ears of corn to make sure that he got the one he wanted, and turned out that they were all practically perfect. That'll never happen again. So, good. All right, I like it, and you got you got a nice feeling of a single light source. I think I would like to see that light source be bigger, but I'm not going to. I'm going to just simply say it's a nicely done shot, and for the style that you're doing it in, I'd say you're right on the money. Right on the money. You got your highlights on your lime in the front here. The corn looks great. Right on the money.
Thanks.
There you go. All right, we're going to try Leah again. Let's see what we got up here. Leah, are you there?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. How are you?
Okay, good. Yeah, I switched to my mic and speakers.
All right, where are you out here on this crazy board?
I'm in the left column with the black background, with the carrots. Yes, that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is a very tall, narrow shot that's cropped. And where's our light coming from?
This was actually shot if rotating at 90 degrees counterclockwise. And
you didn't read the brief, and
yeah,
you shot it one way, and
no, I shot it the right way also, but they just did not come out, and so I had to make something work.
Okay.
So I had this kind of backup shot, and
well, you know,
I'm so glad I did.
Yeah, well, let me say something, okay? I would I would rather, if you miss the brief, I would rather you turn in the best shot. So hold on just for a second here. I'm going to rotate this bad boy. Image. Oh, it looks so much better that way. It does. Hold on. I'm going to move it over and we'll refresh. Where is it? There we go. And here we go, moving it over. Did you ever notice that when you're doing something and time is of the essence, the computer knows it? It just knows it. And it just says, nah, I ain't cooperating with you. Hold on, let's click over here and refresh the page. And you're going to be up to the top here. There you go. So much better shot. Yeah. If you missed the brief, that's okay. Say, hey, Don, I missed the brief. Did it this way. We're good. Now, the zombies don't come out to attack you for missing the brief.
No, I did. I shot it to spec. It didn't work for me, though.
That's right.
This is a catch and save.
Yeah.
What I have is a workforce light from Home Depot behind the shower curtain, but I'm using a reflector holder with a boom. Because I haven't made a scrim yet. And the light is above, and then there's a V-flat that I made out of the dollar store white cards in front.
Mm-hmm. How far away is that main light from the set?
2 feet.
2 feet? Okay. What I would do is I'd bring it in as close as I possibly could get it.
Oh, okay.
The closer the light, the more dramatic the light. The closer the light, the more we can depend on the inverse square law, which says light falls off faster the closer you are to the source. We use the inverse square law to actually create dynamic tension within the image. The farther away you get, the more flat the light looks. So this light's looking a little flat, a little flatter than I would want it to look. And your V card up front is sort of just because of the distance, this being that far away. We probably could have got it into what, about 8 inches?
Oh.
I don't know how big this stuff is. Well, those are carrot slices. So yeah, we could have got it right into this line right here. About 8 inches or 10 inches off the side. Then that V card, then you can subtly move the V card back and forth to see how much fill you want to get. I mean, you could bring that V card in just as tight as that thing there, and you'll never get 1-to-1, but you'll get something that looks real close to it. Then you just back it off until you get that. See these guys, these white guys here. This is what?
Those are uncooked noodles. You don't.
Okay, so they're the same color white on this side as they are on this side. And had we moved that light closer and this fill card farther away, we'd have brighter noodles here, and it would kind of shadow, so we would get a sense of the roundness of the bundle.
Oh, I see.
Okay. How did this taste, by the way?
I got so hungry by the end of it that I went and put my card into the computer to see if I got anything good, and saw that I didn't, but then saw that this was workable, and so I I went ahead and cooked it up.
There you go.
And then I came back and edited.
There you go. Very good. All right. And Ron Velasquez. Ron. There we go. Unmuted. How are you, Ron?
Hey, Don, how are you?
Very good. Where are
Very
you
good,
out
thank you.
here in this group?
Okay, the one with the celery and cucumbers on the black background on the top left, top right.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
This is what we call a graphic approach. Using food as graphic elements will always be popular. People love to do it. Looks like you've got a light to top right and then some sort of fill on the left. Fill card or something?
Yeah, I use natural light where the ginger is.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I had a white card behind the cucumber, which will be on the bottom, and a blue card behind the celery, which will be on the left.
Right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I
you've
kind
kept
of like replicated what you did on the video, on the demo.
you kept this cucumber lit beautifully. So we don't lose this dark part of the cucumber as we move away from the light. We do have a direction on the light because it's picking up this ginger and dropping off. So we get the shape of the ginger. Exactly. What you didn't do, and it's probably because you didn't see it, is tilt this lime up, this side up, until the lime caught some of that window light that's hitting the ginger. Then the lime sparkles.
Okay.
And we've always got to make the lime sparkle.
Right.
One last thing is this little cucumber right here is going dark.
Yes.
Lighten him up there, right there, because it's the only thing that feels like there's a shadow in it. You just lighten him up. I'd lighten up the interior of this lime as well, both of them. The celery look great. They look great. It's like, wow. They almost look like somebody painted them. They're just perfect. Perfect light.
Yeah, well, they were not perfect, but I had to cut them in a way and clean them in a way that they look good because they were really damaged from the other side.
Oh, okay.
But,
well,
it turned out to be great this way.
You did the job. Absolutely. All right. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right. Okay. So let me ask folks on this group here. Ann's here. Dale Frederick. Dale, did we chat with you? Dale? Dale, are you out there? Okay, we did chat with Dale. Okay, great. So I think we've covered everybody here. Okay. Then the question is, do you all have any questions for me? Anything about this assignment you want to share? Shooting food is a good and ongoing part of what we do because they can't go and buy stock food. They need new food shots of recipes, etc. Anybody?
I have a question about the assignment.
Sure.
I got caught up on making a layout that I could wrap text around in, so shooting for that kind of layout. So I thought that there was space that I needed to keep open.
This is, and who is this? This is
Leah.
Leah. No, you did fine. You did fine, Leah. Some people left space, some people really didn't. That's right at this point. Really happy that we're getting the shots looking good. Yeah, and when you're going to get some assignments in this class, actually, where you get the PSD file with the text in place to shoot. That's when it gets interesting.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you did fine.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Well, okay. Sounds good. Thanks for indulging me in my big major screw up. Sorry about that. I am going to get an assistant somehow. I may have to get a virtual assistant or something. I'm just losing track of some things. I got a lot going on here, unfortunately, and just going crazy, and made a really boneheaded move today. And I'm sure some people are going to be upset. I'm sorry about that. We'll try to keep boneheaded moves down to just 1 or 2 per month, which for me would be very, very good. So, all right. If there's no further questions, I'm going to bid adieu and see you next time. Oh, there was a question on the previous one. Can you use electronic files or scans to do your tear sheet assignment? Yes, you can. Just remember, we're not grabbing photographs. We're grabbing tear sheets. In other words, ads, graphic design, stuff that has been printed with type on it and stuff. Don't go to a photographer's website and grab his picture. That's not what I want you to do. You may love the picture, that's great, but we don't have any context to go that. Oh, Dale, I just want to know if we'd chatted with you. The idea of the tear sheet assignment is to give you some direction towards building a portfolio of work that's been printed. So when you see the kind of work that you love to do used as an ad or a brochure cover or an editorial photograph in a magazine, it helps reinforce your idea of doing what you're doing. So that's the idea of the tear sheet assignment. You can scan them in, you can tear them out of magazines. That's what a tear sheet is. You can get them online. We're not copying them. We're not cheating, nothing like that. You're using it purely for yourself. Put them all onto that one document and pop it up. So, okay. No other questions? I'm going to say goodbye. Have a good one, folks.
Thanks, Don.
You bet.